Grant us love filled with good intention. May we find peace in the midst of ascension. We not what they make us, though they try to break us. And seeking love us, giving love, this is how we make it. They told you to conquer much, take all, it's not too much. Claim your women as possessions, take their bodies and keep on stepping. Sling that dope, keep it pushing through the veins of hopeless people. Complaining about life you're living instead of pain with the cash you're giving. Not taking care of your children cause you and baby's mom is beefing. Continue this crazy cycle, creating more generations of strife. Brother killing brother, hug the block but not one another.
Hi, my name is Rhapsody, R-H-A-P-S-O-D, capital E please. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I got started in this business doing spoken word, music, and singing. How it all came to make me Rhapsody the performer. In the beginning, I started out as a theater student. In high school, I loved the stage, acting in 42nd Street and, all the high school plays. And I took that passion for theater and I also wrote poetry.
Loans are reserved for those for collateral, not your money, your car, but what's in your soul, not your money, your car, but what's one more time, not your money, your car, but what's in your soul. So we can make sure you play by the rules and pay in full. Number 4, important. Somebody got a pen, this is important. Number 4. You got that? Okay. Oh, he got the little electronic thing. Number 4. There is no overdraft protection. If your account is overdrawn, we will close it. And we may not be kind enough to send you a notice. Number 5, they'll need to see 2 forms of ID and your portfolio, so we can see where you've invested your joy. I mean, what do we think about your stock in us while you still hold shares in Playboy?
I thought I was going to grow up and possibly be a writer, maybe even a teacher. So after college, I left and moved to Minneapolis to maybe study higher education. I spent time in Minneapolis doing open mics, performing wherever I could get on, every performance in every possible venue. A little less than a year of being in Minneapolis, I started to get featured performances as well. That was my clue and my sign that I was ready for bigger and better things. So I decided to move to Philadelphia.
Grant us love filled with good intention. May we find peace in the...
In 2003, I decided to move to Philadelphia while I was attending graduate school and working. But I couldn't stay away from the stage very much, so I began to do open mics in Philly.
For all these, I suggest you read the fine print. For failing to abide, result your business being dismissed. I'm sorry to come off sounding so harsh, but it's time for us ladies to make a new start. We are refinancing today, so we can live up to all the things we say. So when a new man comes up with a new account, we can sign, co-sign, the undersigned, signed by our signs, and some forged copy really for our hearts and minds. Write that down, write that down.
My poetry and my style at that time was very melodic, very rhythmic. I wasn't yet singing, but I knew that I love music and I love incorporating some of the jazz melodies that I heard and listened to into my poetry. And so I used that when I performed at places like the Black Lily Open Mic or Soul Power at the 5 Spot or different venues and events. And it wasn't long before here in Philly, less than a year, that I started to get features here as well. Then I started to work with a band. Opening up for them when they perform, really incorporating my poetry and my music together for something just a little bit different. And it was exciting. And that's when I decided, this is it. I'm going to work on an album. So in the summer of 2005, I cut my first single, which now is called Black Love Remix. And at the time, it was a full 6-minute piece. And I'm very happy to say it was the beginning of the journey that would be my album, Spoke Inward.
Black love like back in the day, black love like that Dashikis and Afros and that love like...
I worked with a wonderful group of musicians and producers that really was a small-knit family that kept me from crying all the time, trying to get these pieces out. But this is also the place where I started to recognize my voice, my singing voice. Like, singing hadn't been an idea or a concept to me until this point. But like I said, the poetry was so melodic, so rhythmic, and then you have a guitar over here or drums and a bass line. Well, you just can't help but sing. So that's what I did, and I found my voice. I was really shy at first, so what's on the album compared to what I do now, I think is a big difference. But it was an exciting part of the process and another step in my growth. By the time the album was finished, I learned about promoting the album. I took a chance and I did a CD release party. Technically, I was known to the Philadelphia community as a poet that did music with her poetry. So I really started to grasp that. So I felt like it was just fitting for me to also do a full CD release. I went to Atlanta, to Dallas, California, DC, New York, and Philly. I've had the opportunity for opening up for artists like Jaguar Wright and Mos Def. I've shared stages with Fertile Ground and Eric Roberson, Talam Acey, done wonderful, wonderful opportunities and performances. So what I do now, I call, and my friends call, spoken soul music. It's a little bit of spoken word,
like my poetry,
mixed with soul music, a little bit of hip hop.
Like this. You gotta work hard, you gotta play hard, you gotta make this work, you gotta keep on working.
Rock, jazz, even blues. I love the blues, and so we mix it all together and we give a wonderful live show. Even though I love the performing, being on stage and singing, and I will never stop doing that, I've been able to use some of my same performance talents in doing other things, such as I've been a radio talk show host and a television talk show host as well, which has been very exciting. So we're actually talking to people who work behind the scenes within artists. You get to see the artists out in front of stage performing, doing all their fantastic things, but what actually makes that possible? So our guests today are going to tell us what I took my experience from doing radio and television to help co-produce a teen talk show that airs locally as well. Then I turn around and I also have my own podcast on internet radio, on Soul Sanctuary Radio and For the Soul Radio, just to expand my love for music. In summer of 2008, I'll be releasing my own t-shirt line with some of the motivating lines from my poetry. And because my background is in teaching and education, it's really important for me to be able to inspire other young people to reach for their dreams.
So talk about managing your wealth. Own what it is that you do. Own this experience. And what's our key word for the day? Be willing to do what? Remember, the person with the plan can be easily outdone with the person with the change of plans.
And so I've been doing public speaking, going to colleges, universities, and high schools to talk to students about how they can stay motivated. But if you ask me what's next for Rhapsody, the sky is the limit. I definitely want to continue to make more exciting music. Anything that allows me to speak, sing, teach, and perform for others and inspire them to their fullest potential, that's what I want to be doing. Thank you so much for getting to know me better. Again, if you want to know more, you can go to www.myspace.com/RhapsodE's Poetry, and please check out my music. iTunes, CD Baby, anywhere you can get your hands on it. My name is Rhapsody, RhapsodE, capital E, please.
Grant us love filled with good intention. May we find peace in the midst of ascension. We not what they make us, though they try to break us. And seeking love us, giving love, this is how we make it. They told you to conquer much, take all, it's not too much. Claim your women as possessions, take their bodies and keep on stepping. Slang that dope, keep it pushing through the veins of hopeless people. Complaining about life you're living instead of pain.